less than $10,000.
Yeah, no, the school I went to, $40,000 a year.
My one semester was 10,000.
Yeah.
I literally gave up halfway through. I was like,
in my country, we have a thing called hex debt, which basically we don't have to pay off until we're earning over, I think it's now 40,000 a year.
Yeah, that seems fair.
That's what I have.
Yeah, it's the same. It's similar to the UK version, I think.
That sounds fucking amazing.
That sounds nice.
It really fucking helps, like crazy.
Because I can't pay my student loans right now.
And it's only a small percentage every month.
Capitalism goes out of control.
Yeah.
But you can start paying for it whenever you want, even if you're not earning that amount of money.
You're just not required.
You're just not required. You're only required if you move out of the country. Because for obvious reasons, there was a weird loophole that screwed it all up. They found out that a bunch of people who were living in the UK weren't paying their hex debt because they were in a different country and they couldn't find them. So it was hilarious.
I just can't pay mine. I'm poor. Yay.
Only reason I can pay mine is because I live with my parents. I mean, it's still like $50 a month, but...
Alright. If we're ready. Last time you guys made it out of the summer side of the forest into the winter side where the sentinel outpost, border outpost was for the night court and the winter court. And you found a lovely demonic bay on your way there. It didn't quite smell very good at all. And
smelled even worse when I lit it on fire.
Gave him what for and torched him. Then you made it to the outpost, found Mikkel, and a very spooky, scary sight with a giant dead frozen wolf and a little ice sculpture beneath his feet. Helgrim then became possessed by the spirit of said spooky, scary giant wolf. And nobody really knows what to do with that. Nilo and Fox went out over the night and did not want to eat Mikkel's food, so they went and found something else with their teeth. And that's where we left off. So it's morning now. It's still cold and cloudy and snowing.
Would Nilo and Fox have returned at this point?
Yeah, you guys would have returned.
V's going to read her book that she got from the night court. So she's just sitting in a corner just reading it, preferably near the fire where it's warm.
Okay.
Can I, find Mikhail and do that sort of lean around and put my arm around your shoulder and be like, oh, buddy, oh, pal, let's go for, a walk and have a conversation, if you don't mind.
You find him up at the top of the guard post, kicked back with his feet up, reading a book.
I'll sit in his lap. And do the same thing. I'll just sit in his lap and then put my arm around him, just like, hello, old buddy, old pal. We could go for a walk, or we could just sit here. I don't mind. Either way.
Okay. This is not normal. Okay. Is this how you talk to everyone?
Define everyone, not my dad and my brothers, but,
So you start every conversation,
I have personal space boundaries, correct. I'm working on it.
Let's go for a walk.
Excellent. I immediately hop off because I got what I wanted.
He looks very just not sure what's going on right now.
That's fine.
Do we notice them? Because obviously they were up at the top.
You notice them coming down if you're paying attention. You notice them coming out of the guard tower from the other side, because the barracks are facing the guard tower.
Okay.
Mikhail looks very red in the face.
Alright. I think V would notice that and just smirk. Knowing Septimus is probably done.
Good life choices.
So he just like tells you to hold on a minute, and then gives you this. He just walks over to where the other sentinel is at, where Loras is at, standing guard. And he goes, "I'm being summoned away for a moment. I will be right back. I don't know what he wants with me, so if I don't come back in like, I don't know, 30 minutes, just, come find me." Just
Do I hear that?
Perception.
Okay.
Perceptimus check.
Perceptimus check. Oh, it might help him have my character sheet open. Perception. 12.
He's trying to be sneaky, but he rolled a 4. No, yeah, you hear it.
Half an hour is very generous. Probably like 5-10 minutes, and I like wink. Very dramatically over the top, like.
He turns even more red at that. But then he comes to join you. And
Okay.
hits you
I'm gonna
up.
lead them away from the group so they're out of like earshot, and just be like, "So you were kind of mentioning before, like, pretense aside, like, I think you're very nice looking lad. I'm just, not really into that right now. So, like, you said that my dad's possibly gonna be making himself courtless. How well known is that information? A scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like no fucker knows that, and 10 being like everybody knows that."
This is above my pay grade. Well, your family's not exactly, covert about their,
Assassination of each other?
yeah. And that's kinda against the king's law. And he's kind of let it slide after the first, like, 2. But then
You
it
mean
started
my
getting
uncles?
noticeable.
And my granddad's brothers.
And then it's spiraling, and it's giving the court a bad image, I think. At least in my opinion. I don't know. Those aren't the king's words. I don't know. I don't ever pretend to put words in his mouth. Don't say I did. But it's not exactly what you're supposed to be doing, so word goes around the noble courts and the commoners and, whatnot.
So, what do you think my brothers might know this information?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't really interact with your family for obvious reasons. I don't want to get
I mean,
murdered.
we're all a shady bunch of motherfuckers, it's true.
Yeah.
Some of us are, a lot nicer. I'm very nice. I'm not killing anybody.
Yet.
I didn't say yet. You put that word in my mouth. Just out of curiosity, do you have a way you could get a message to, like, the king? Just to be, like, hey, hello.
I don't think it's.
Or
what kind of message?
Or a message to, right, I can never remember it. It's like getting out on his hand, checking. For Rayan? Or him, one or the other.
He's indisposed. But he's the
yeah, I forgot.
king's the head of the. Okay, so I don't know how old you are.
Like 642,
Okay,
give or take a few hundred. That sounds
So-
right.
if you should know then that the king's court consists of himself, the nice lady that's we all call Wedding, and then Liam, Lord Mystoria, and then it's Thorian. God damn.
Okay. But he could maybe like, send it up the chain.
I can get a
And-
message to Liam,
Yes, right.
but
That'll
I
do.
can't promise he'll deliver it.
Well, I'll just throw in a couple of extra winks, and if you could pass that on up the chain as well, that would be great.
You want me to
Yep.
wink?
I want you to wink. That's
At
very
Liam.
integral to this information. Yes. I'm just fucking with you. The winking's optional.
What does this message need to say?
Please don't fucking kick my brothers out of the courts. If Dad is up to nefarious shit, we'll try and stop them from killing each other. P.S. I haven't ever killed anyone that was related to me, so please also don't make me courtless. Thank you very much. Signed, technically now Septimus.
Why do I feel like this is going to come back very badly on me?
I mean, I've always been very nice to you, and I'm very useful in certain circumstances, mostly involving fire.
Yeah,
You
right.
need pebbles.
Don't mention that here.
Okay.
Right. You spent too much time in the day court.
Right.
Spent too much time.
You're not wrong. They have ice cream. It's delightful.
We've got ice cream here.
No one ever fucking gave me it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Your families,
Yeah, they don't really like humans much.
No. It's not a human invention. We gave it to the humans, and they think they're smart. No.
It's just, your dad's a dick. That's why.
My dad is a dick.
No. So, okay, I will get a message to Liam. I can't promise he'll pass it on.
Okay, you're beautiful. I love you. I'm not having your babies, but that could happen maybe. Okay, mwah, mwah, mwah. And he's just gonna thank you. Got what I wanted. Bye.
He's just standing there like mouth open, finger up as you leave.
Wait, he comes back and then makes him look a little bit more disheveled, and he's like, got to keep up appearances, and then he goes back. And makes himself look disheveled.
As soon as you're back in the camp, he casts what is it? Prestidigitation to clean himself up.
I recommend casting calm emotions first.
Mm-hmm.
So is Septimus coming back to us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, write a letter, start writing a letter, sit down, knees up, book out.
When you say disheveled, do you mean like you two have done such? You're trying to get us to believe
Yes.
that you've done something. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to insight check that, please.
Insight Mikhail or
Septimus
okay.
on if they've actually done stuff.
Quick
Septimus
question, Ori.
Septimus.
Would Nilo have to insight because a strong sense of smell would just tell him?
Oh yeah, you'd smell the non-existent sex that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't smell it.
Yeah.
So a 17 on Septimus to see if they've actually done it.
Would that be deception or performance?
Yes, either.
Deception.
I guess it.
Perfect. Natural ones. That's 2.
Septimus went to try to mess himself up, and then was like, "No, I'm too pretty."
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like,
Yeah, compulsively fixing it.
Yeah.
No, I'm too pretty.
Just does so subconsciously.
Yeah.
my hair's short now. It's like it has to be kept it perfect. Like everyone thinks short hair's easy to maintain. It's not. Immediately start
Yeah.
pulling out.
V is just going to go, you need to try a little bit better if you want to hide things from me.
Mikhail comes back as you guys are talking, looking pristine.
Don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna send a message with my familiar then to my brother Quintus to just say like, Dad's fucked up. Get anybody you trust the fuck out and apologize to the Night King. In brackets, grovel. Also, P.S. Stop trying to kill each other. No, Tertius didn't say you look fat. And with that, he'll just go back to like reading and like studying and being like, and then he's just gonna pat his little Raven familiar and be like, off you go. Back
Did
up.
you have a written letter for him to give to Liam?
Yeah, I can give him a real one. I'm a wizard. I've always got paper on me.
It's nice paper too.
Yeah. I just got to remember now I can't use my sandbag to dry the ink because the sand is full of iron. Which was a really bad choice for Christina going, why would you have sand? Oh.
Oh, right.
Right. That's why wizards have so much, like, why the writer's kit has so much sand in it. Okay.
No, it's not.
Well, it's iron sand now. That should be nice.
Yeah, you can poison somebody with a letter.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
I think it works.
Alright. That little moment is over. Mikhail comes back. Looks like he's just done already and goes back up to his post unless someone else stops him.
No.
I don't know if V wanted to talk to him or not.
We're gonna head out for the Vale in the morning, right? Or was there anything else we needed to do until then?
Look pretty.
Well, I thought that was just implied.
I mean, yeah.
I don't think we have anything else we need to do before we leave.
Well, that's good. How was the stew? I'm sorry, I missed it. Just had to. Nature's call. Yeah.
It was alright. I've had worse. It was a vast improvement last time I ate it.
Oh, so that's the worst you had last time. I understand.
It smelled terrible.
Mostly, I did that polite thing of eating a mouthful and then spitting it in the handkerchief when he wasn't looking.
I see.
And I didn't taste it because I'm vegetarian and there's meat in it.
I'm so sorry for you.
That's fine. I
Do you
didn't
have
have
one
to
of
deal with
those?
eating the carrots.
Do you have one of those carrots, by the way?
Oh, what?
V will go through her bag and it's just like there's just this tiny little carrot which is like probably enough for the size of like a rabbit.
I don't trust this. I don't trust this at all.
And she like reluctantly hands it over. Like
sharing is caring. I'm proud of you. Have some celery, and I drew cap some celery.
she just grabs the celery and just munches on the celery. It's better than the carrot.
That's not where I thought that was gonna go. Okay, I'm good. I'm proud. Okay.
Where did you think it was going?
I thought somebody was about to stuff their pants.
Okay.
I can
Noted.
see him doing it.
No, he doesn't need to. The stew was awful.
I like to
you
think Helgrim
hungry
is-
boy.
I like to think Helgrim is wearing that expression.
Pretty much.
And his possessed passenger is just like, is he for real?
Kynan is just like really confused right now, but he's also kind of groggy because he just woke up from like
He just woke up and put himself into a new body.
yeah.
Where's all the wolf functionality? I don't have that.
New body who dis.
You chose the wrong host.
Yeah.
So, just what I explained to Myth, I looked at the list of characters on Roll20, and I numbered them on Roll20, and then I rolled a d4, and Helgrim just was the first one at the top of the list, and it rolled a 1, so... That's why Helgrim got possessed. It could have been any of you.
Could have.
I now have a wolf and a panther in my head.
That's great. I've just got the sound of my deep regret and depression.
I thought you were gonna say sound
I
of
ate a
music.
deer.
I have the sound of.
So did Ross, apparently.
They both ate a deer. They found a whole herd of deer.
Not a herd anymore.
Not a herd anymore. It's missing 2. Alright. So you guys start to get ready to head out. Still radio silence from Robin and the others. Twigs is gone. You guys wake up. He's nowhere to be seen.
He must have-
surprised about that.
His grandma must have died.
Oh, I thought he was gonna probably go take care of his sick grandmother.
All that. That sounds probably more. I didn't tell him the last really good tree pun I had for him.
I'm fairly sure he just ran away.
No, I think he got up and left.
He does. You guys do find where he was supposed to be sleeping, the little whale pendant that Cyril had made him with the puns on it.
Does it say anything?
It just says the same pun. This one, it just says, I whale always love you on the side of it.
Oh, that's brilliant. I'm going to remember that one.
V will pick it up and hand it to Septimus.
I'm just going to immediately think, touch of my chest, like, image of a whale.
You're just sending Oberon the image of a whale?
Yep.
Okay.
Whales are some pretty large creatures. Though living in the water, they do breathe air and feed on some very microscopic... I don't even know if that's a term in the Feywilds. Very small creatures to feed themselves.
No, the park ranger returns.
Yep.
Black.
I just want to do like a podcast break at a game for a second. I just want to do a podcast with Nilo just narrating animals.
Oh, I'd have to do a lot more research first.
Yeah.
The Nilo and the Earth Mother podcast.
Yeah.
Just talking about
you see,
animals and trees.
The cheetah is the largest of the small cats. His definition comes from whether they can roar or not. Though the cheetah is very quick, it is just an ambush predator.
It's the velociraptor out of the cat world.
Yes. Velociraptors, very small, much smaller than people think they are, and actually have feathers opposed to popular belief.
I just like to imagine Nilo's like spewing all this shit as you guys are walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just haven't stopped him.
Just Mrs. making notes the entire time.
Now about snails. They're delicious. That's all I got.
All right, as
Snails
you guys...
carry their homes with them and they'll never be courtless because of it.
That's a morbid connection to make, but yes, you're true.
Same with turtles.
Not turtles. Those are a wondrous animal.
Oh no, they found me out! Alright, so you guys start heading towards deeper into winter to head towards the Vale Village, where the Eladrin have their own court set. As you guys are going, Fox is relatively quiet as you guys are traveling. Kynan doesn't say much of anything. He's just observing right now, learning things. Learning how to hobgoblin.
so like randomly, just Helgrim's arm just kind of moves and just.
Why can't you smell better?
Is Roth's silence like just very weird, or is it just his normal? He has nothing to say, so it's just
You can insight him.
I will actually do that.
Nyla assumes he just has indigestion from last night.
Insight your man.
She's blind with love. It's just a 13. Unless he gets shitty roll.
He didn't.
Oh.
No, he beat you. He's 16.
Okay.
You can't get a good read on him right now, which is odd, but he might just be having indigestion or not feeling good, or I don't know. Head gremlins, I don't know.
I think in V's mind, she's just like, I love him. Like, she just glances over, like, worried for a second, and then obviously she can't read it, so she's just like, okay, like, he's perfectly fine.
He pulls out a pumpkin pastry at one point and just stuffs it in his mouth when he thinks V's not looking.
No, she's looking. She notices. That's how she knows. Like,
he slips one to Nilo.
Wait, what?
It's a pumpkin pastry. Like, you know the little pumpkin hand pies? He just slips you one.
Oh, sweet. Nilo eats it.
Septimus looks.
Are you gonna ask him for one?
No, he's just gonna pout like a child. He's the youngest. He's used to just giving things.
Nyla, you know pumpkin is good for canine digestive system.
Awesome. I was right.
Septimus just like, but give. It's mine. I want it. Not saying it. Yeah, it's just what he's thinking. But give.
Nora's also very quiet while you guys are traveling. She kind of spaces out a few times. Not entirely sure why, but
Nyla will see that and share a piece of his pumpkin pastry.
Look, maybe it helps people indigestion too.
Nora will take it very confusedly, but she'll take it.
I feel like that colors all of her actions is just confusion.
Oh, Helgrim, I have like a conversation just the whole time, just like looking and glaring daggers over at Nyla, like, oh, pastry. And then looking like between Rolf, like with big eyes, like, I have a
Nyla sees
question.
you looking and waves.
I have like a conversation question. I have a question to ask you because you're wise and you're looking at me like you want out of this conversation already, so I'll make it real quick.
Who's that with?
Helgrim. I'm like
okay.
pointing like Helgrim.
Yeah.
So like on a scale of things to not annoy your husband with in case I needed like, help, what's the best way to go about not annoying him? Because you would know because you're married to him. Smiles.
I mean, explicitly, I don't know.
Okay.
I'd imagine then the easiest way to incite his ire would be to act in opposition to the goal that we all seem to share, which you don't necessarily seem to, so I don't think you're in danger of that. I don't know. I'm not
That's-
exactly
Please
keen.
chime in, listening to the conversation. Don't mess with the courts by trying to plant things in. Tip. She's just gonna walk off a little bit further.
In tip, as in TIP.
Yeah, TIP.
He's just gonna look and go, what? Don't really know what she. I don't know what she meant, but I'll try not to do that. And then it just follows me like, what did you mean? Don't understand.
I'm just like, thank God.
Don't pull strings that you're not supposed to pull strings, and you'll be fine. Just trust me. I know.
I don't really think I'm wise enough to not pull those, but it would always be accidental pulling, probably. I don't know.
V's gonna like share a very cheeky smile with Septimus, and it's like, let's see if we can make you a little bit wiser.
You know what? If nothing else, maybe we should come up with some sort of signal to give Septimus notification that he's pulling on a string, like maybe a whoo of an owl. The night.
I like the owl.
All right.
Except
Owls
that
are
doesn't
very
work
wise.
mid-conversation.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Who are you referring to?
V's just gonna look at Roth like, I don't know what's going on anymore.
So don't pull strings, get a little bit wiser. Well, I'm hanging around with you guys, and he's like a druid, and they're fucking wise as shit. And Halgrim seems like annoyed all the time, so I think that means he's wise. So I think I'll be good. He reminds me of my older brother like a lot.
Maybe he could be your substitute brother.
Just Halgrim and Kynan, and I feel like you're both just like, oh my God.
Kynan is just like, is he, is he like a pup?
Like a what?
Is he a pup? Is he like a wee one?
I don't know. He says he's like 640 something.
Oh, he's a wee one.
It's just a bad big.
In comparison to me, no, but in comparison to me, almost everybody is old.
Is Helgrim saying this out loud or in his head?
No, it would be
Okay.
mentally.
Though I will say probably Kynan, still not being used to being in there, would have said a few things out loud through you. Like, you guys probably would have just heard, not in Helgrim's voice, but, oh, he's just a wee one.
Yeah.
Was he referring to me? I'm like I'm real tall. I mean, he is absolutely correct though. Like, I am very young for a fae. Like, we're kind of anciently endless, so
Well, you're older than me, and you will last
Yep.
far longer than me.
depending on what kind of fae you are. And the Septimus just kind of gives her a look like, figuring it out.
V's gonna like give a little hint, and she's just gonna go, I'm 175.
Oh, that's definitely not one of them then. And he's just going to cross off one of his answers in his book. Definitely not a hurdy-gurdy, that's fine.
V's gonna look at you like, how many fae do you have on that list of yours?
About 2 are left.
Oh, and what are those two?
One, I'm still not sold on Gwillian because you don't really seem like a hag. The other one's a Puka because you're like, quite mischievous. And also you seem very small.
Well, I am still very young. and my forms haven't quite caught up with how I look.
So at some point you're going to look like a big hag. Got it? William it is.
V's just gonna smile. She's not gonna.
Fox is just gonna put as much distance between V and Septimus and himself as he can. He's just gonna keep going forward.
He's like crossing out William though and putting Puka big circles around it, like
You know what? I heard that conversations are harder to have while riding a horse. Also quicker, and I'll conjure woodland beast and summon 8 horses.
I will get on a horse majestically.
All right, we can pick up the pace for an hour, and we can rest our own feet.
Ori counting is like, that's too many.
I'm sitting on who has the extra horse.
With conjure woodland beast, you can summon 8 quarter ranking beasts, and riding horses are quarter. So I summoned more than we needed.
I guess you can rotate out horses.
We only have them for an hour.
Okay, so
they're on the outside of the pack. They're the bait.
Okay,
that's really smart.
By the time sun is going down, you make it to this small town here at the edge of the mountains because you started here at the outpost. By the time the sun goes down, you're at the village by the river. It's somewhat nameless village. It's just quiet, sleepy winter village. Nile and Helgrim, you're familiar with the general makeup of sleepy villages in the winter court. Everyone kinda eyeballs Nora quite a bit. She's still dressed in her spring gear.
Oh.
And they're kinda thinking she's a bit shady, but then they see, Helgrim, do you wear your amulet out or tucked in?
For the most part, Helgrim would probably have it hidden.
Okay. Fox does not. He's got it hidden, but he's wearing it's clear who he works for.
He's wearing the armor.
So you're not really questioned as to why she's with you, but you guys, if you want to roll what's everybody's passive? I don't have my sheet up.
Mine
passive.
17.
Perception?
Yeah.
Mine's
14?
21.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Mine's 19.
Someone took alert.
Nilo, what's yours?
Nilo is 17s.
I'm the lowest, 14.
Yeah, 21.
Everybody but Septimus. You lot will hear as you're walking through town, and everybody's eyeing Nora. You guys will hear whispers of some sort of. You're not sure what they mean, but it's probably some people are saying movement. Some people are saying there's been a fight on the winter and spring borders.
Yeah.
Some sort of altercation between the two sides. You're not entirely sure how bad, how big. Any details just from the passing whispers you're hearing. Yeah, because they all look at Nora. They're all looking at Nora very distrusting. You guys might want to get Nora some other clothes.
Yeah. V's gonna just pick out someone who looks like they would talk. Hopefully. Like, she just picks up someone who's, like, interesting.
Roll perception. See if you can find someone.
Someone who's, like, interesting to her to get her to talk to said person. 12.
You find someone who you think is interesting. You grab a hold of what looks to be a tabaxi with
Okay.
white fur with tiger stripes. She's fairly
Alright.
tall. Looks like she's some sort of a fighter.
God damn it.
Okay. Yeah, Fee will go over. And she's like, I don't think I've seen a tabaxi before. Like, a proper one. I've heard of you. And I know that you guys are generally very good with information.
She's just so you know, she's about 6 foot tall and very
Yeah,
stocky.
she's
Very
still, like,
stocky.
V is V for like her short stature. She's very much like, she holds a presence of like, hey, like, I could probably take you. I don't know, but you know, it's just like she's not cowardly in her stature and that.
But so she just looks down at you, and she has a basket of bread in one arm, like carrying it like this. And then she's got some meat wrapped up in some parchment in her other arm, and she's just looking at you. What can do for you today?
What's been happening with the spring and the winter border? I heard whispers and I didn't catch much of it.
You ask Sarsha what goes on border. Sarsha gives no shits.
I don't care if you give no shits, but you've obviously heard something. And I would just like a little bit of information, that's it.
Little elf people and other little elf people. They stab each other. Oh, hi, Sophie.
Do you know why they stab each other?
You get the sense she's purposely being an idiot. You got Sarsha. Sarsha's difficult, as Smith knows. She kind of just looks around, points at Nora with a claw, just lazily, with all of her bundles. She just goes, they are part of Big Angry Sun Man's regime and wanted to come into territory uninvited, and you know, Big Man upstairs does not like that. You don't piss off the big man upstairs with the, you know, spooky, scary shadow magic.
Oh, I know that very well. Trust me. And she gives. Yeah. Is there any like? Because the sun's going down right at the moment.
Yeah, it's getting dark.
Is there any So around the area, it's like dim light.
It's dim light.
Right.
The stars are bright here. They're brighter here than they were in summer. Like, obviously because it's his domain. So then there's the borealis that's going across the sky too. It's got animal shapes in it.
V's gonna shadow step. Preferably like not very far, like pretty much from where her spot is to next to the tobacco. And it does this like really cool like shadowy thing.
Sarsha looks very unsurprised. She's just like,
Yeah, like
she's like, oh, see, you know, big man upstairs too. See, you know, big man upstairs. You know what big man upstairs can do. So,
I'm aware of what he can do. Look, since you're basically useless, I was going to make it worth your while, but I've changed my mind because you're not very interesting. And she's gonna walk off.
Excuse me, miss.
as you're walking, what now?
I'll give some shiny pieces of metal for that meat.
Are you talking to Sarsha?
Yep.
She'll look at you, and she can smell the dog, and she'll look at you. She'll kind of grin a little bit, hand you a piece, like a big slab of it. Take a really hard piece of bread and launch it at V's head.
Okay.
I will give her 3 gold because I said I would.
She waves the
Does
gold
it-
off.
Hungry.
Does
Is
it
that
hit
a
me?
missile?
Do I notice that have a piece of bread getting thrown at my head?
You're walking away, so you can roll a perception check.
Okay.
Time to use deflect
22.
missiles on
Yeah,
bread.
you notice the piece of bread being lobbed at your head by the giant tabaxi
V's
woman.
gonna shadow step, and wherever Roth is, as long as he's within 60 feet, she will appear in his shadow.
Okay.
And she's gonna be like, stupid.
Ooh, free bread. I'm taking that.
So Sarsha looks at Nilo. Is anybody else close to her? Other than Nilo. Also, Helgrim, you would know based on her coat. Her clan is from your village. You haven't seen her in particular before, but her family is from up north in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And the accent, obviously, but she looks at Nilo. So it's getting dark. If you lot need place to stay, Sarsha can talk to the inn owner. And have him let you in. Stay there. Sarsha is friends with the inn owner.
Nilo takes another bite and nods at her, and then just looks back to the group, mouth full. We're gonna start the yard.
I pick up the bread off the floor and I'm like, yep, putting that away for later. Pocket bread.
Sarsha starts leading. She doesn't even wait for anybody to follow. She just starts walking through the heavy snowfall towards a nice stonework building that looks like one of those really nice old cozy inns with like the thick mercury glass windows and the wooden frames and everything. And there's fire going inside. And she opens the door and just walks in. Doesn't wait for you. You get the sense she just does not give any shits about anything. And she walks inside and sets the meat and the bread down on the inn counter, and there's another tabaxi that's behind the counter. His name's Hans. He's just a black cat. Just nice fluffy black cat tabaxi.
Want a pet?
Just about Sarsha's size.
Christina wants to pet Septimus does not.
He might be a Black Panther.
Are you sure Septimus doesn't want to?
Ori?
No, he likes birds. He likes birds.
Yeah.
Sorry, everything just froze on me for a second.
So the tabaxi behind the counter is a big Black Panther tabaxi. He's really fluffy, and his name is Hans, and there's some sort of relationship between them, but it's really not clear what it is. And Sarsha looks at him and points back, and she, at this point, now that she's not carrying the basket, so you can see a sword on one side and an axe on the other. And she looks like she can fight, and isn't one that's going to be easily taken in a fight.
V's not happy about the bread.
And
That was actually... Sorry.
Go ahead.
Now that sees that and is actually going to ask her real quick. So, me and my group here, we're heading northeast. Do you know any threats that might hinder our path?
Well, Sarsha knows there's big bears, like big bears, not like little bears, but big bears. And there's
like bears, but
bears. There's owl bears. There's badger bears. There's all kinds of bears. There's just all the bears, and then there's there's the wolves. But and
wolves, yeah.
there's all kinds of things out there in the mountain.
Magpie, honey badger, griffins.
Yeah, there's the griffins. They're just. She just holds up hands, just like bears, and she's just like, "Oh, the winter lands are more dangerous if you not know where you're going."
All right, well, thank you.
That's why I have axe.
and it's a very nice axe.
For Yetis.
Yetis.
I haven't seen the Yeti, but I'm ready for Yeti.
I believe you.
Also big bears.
Do you know bears in the? I've heard from a traveler once that bears in like the human realm actually just sleep through all the winter, all the time. They don't even like wake up or go anything. Just sit down and just sleep.
Those are sorry. Those are strange bears. Bears don't sleep in the winter. Those aren't real bears.
I thought you were just gonna say bears don't sleep.
Those are like bears, but lesser.
Those are weaker bears.
Are they minor Ursa and not major Ursa?
I would term them so, yes. Sarsha does not understand joke.
So it seems we'll be eating bear when we travel.
Watch out for bears riding giant birds.
Bears riding bears?
No, birds.
Oh,
You know,
birds.
Oh,
Caw, roar, I'm going to eat you and your family birds.
Okay.
She's either talking about giant eagles, rocks,
I'm hoping.
or peritons. You don't know what.
I'm hoping it's anything
Giant
but the
eagle.
middle option.
yeah.
Okay, I mean,
Helgrim, you can roll me a history check to let me know what she's talking about because you're from her area.
History, not
Mm.
nature.
History because it's from
Okay.
yeah.
No, I forgot.
You have no idea. You're like this cat's crazy.
You repressed the memory of the bears.
The bears that ride the giant birds.
Malcolm doesn't remember a lot of where he came from.
You notice if you look out a back window, there are some stables, and there are some griffins in the stables. They're different kinds of griffins, and she looks out, and she kind of just looks like she's checking on one in particular, and then she just jerks her thumb to Hans, and she's like, I'm going to take care of Bird Cat, so can you, give them room to stay? I think one of them works for Big Man upstairs. I'm going to go take care of Bird Cat. And she like
Battle
Oh,
wage.
she goes and
No.
walks outside.
he doesn't know that.
What?
Nope, he doesn't know that because he saw nothing. So never mind.
Saw what?
Well then, he saw nothing, so
Uh,
he doesn't know.
Doesn't know about the stables?
Nope, about the spring court stuff. So he's like,
Oh.
hello, big black fluffy cat. Could we have a room? You don't all want to sleep with me, do you? And he just looks at everybody.
I'll be sleeping with Roth.
I mean, I didn't say that wasn't an option either, but I think we want separate rooms. Da.
Okay,
What's that
I will
mean, by the
give
way?
you
I've heard you say
separate
it.
rooms. So how many is see the 1 and 2, 3,
Five.
okay,
rooms.
5 rooms. Alrighty then. So up the stairs and to the left, all the rooms on that hallway are open. What did you do to Sarsha?
I don't know. She threw some bread at the little rabbit.
I mean, I bought this piece of meat off her. It's almost gone now. But I did give like some shiny pieces of metal as well.
Sarsha is very catty, excuse the pun, but
Brilliant pun. Very good use of words.
she
Love it.
just be careful with Sarsha. She is employed by very powerful people, and just don't get on the bad side of Sarsha.
Okay, this is the string thing you're saying about string thing. Don't get on her bad side. Got it? Powerful people. Don't know who the powerful people are. Those. You could say your pun use, by the way, was perfect.
Yeah,
Puns don't count. If puns don't count, I'm going to the. If puns count, I'm going to the human world.
Decided to take a Sophie break.
Sophie break.
Gosh. How much are the rooms?
Oh, are you okay?
Poor baby.
Aw.
Are you okay? She like full
Aw.
on.
Good doge.
She's
Sophie, idiot.
Poor Sophie.
Are you okay? That sounded like you're hurt. No, she's
He's
embarrassed.
wagging her
Probably did.
tail. Damn it. Probably hit her head enough times.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Why are you so awkward? She has a lot of trouble standing up and scratching herself. He shakes his head on the payment for the room and it's just like, no payment for room. You stay free per Sarsha and him, and he points at Fox.
That's very nice, very kind. I'm still gonna stick 5 gold in his hand and then just like shake it like thank you very much, equivalent exchange, no backsies. I don't owe you anything.
Okay. He just like drops it in the tip jar. There is a bar down in the lower level and a just general seating hangout area. There's hot spring bath thing down at the end of the hall of the lower level if you want to use it. The stables are out there. Sarsha has gone out to her bird cat and
Yeah, V's not going anywhere near Sasha right now because she's just still angry about the whole bread thing. And I can tell you it will not end up well.
Sarsha's great.
Can I ask you a question? Why did you throw bread? Like, why did you go over to her? And then also, why did you throw bread? Why did she throw bread at you? And he starts eating the bread.
How
She's
hard
not-
is the bread?
it was like a French loaf, like hard piece of bread.
So you could use it as an improvised weapon. Bread.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. King.
Crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside.
But you get the feeling her tiger teeth wouldn't have any issue biting through it.
Why did you go over to her?
Wanted to ask about the spring and winter courts. Apparently, they're causing problems at the border. Or the spring.
Nora should not be wearing that then.
Oh.
Yes, I think it would be wise if we got her better garments.
Gonna go to the barkeep then, just immediately. Like
who possibly like change face. At least in this village, they've seen her face.
Yeah.
Nyla's gonna be sticking close to Nora, having heard that.
I'm gonna take his like amazing jacket off and just put it over and just be like, just mostly dump it on her and just be like, I'm just gonna go speak to the bartender. Won't be 2 seconds.
Fox just goes upstairs.
Yeah. I think by this point, B's gonna walk up to Helgrim while Nilo's standing near Nora and Septimus is doing whatever Septimus is doing. And is going to like, Helgrim, can I pull you away for a few moments? Preferably out of earshot of them and Fox.
All right. I guess.
If you look around, you find the only places you can really go are the bath or the stables that are going to be out of earshot for the 2 shifters that, can hear a lot of things.
Yeah. Okay. She's not going to go to the stable, so they're going to go to the bar.
Mhm.
So yeah, she's just gonna pull Pilgrim along a little bit. And once we get to the baths, she's going to be like, I want to ask your little friend or big friend a few things. How old is he?
He's
Like,
quiet.
was-
He's not.
was
He's
he
not saying
around
anything.
in the old lands, born there, or was he after the old lands? And she's hoping that Kanan can hear her.
Yeah, Helgrim, you get the sense that Kainen's really not wanting to answer these questions until he gets a reason why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, taking that pause, he's gonna be like, something happened to me when I was little. I got really sick, right? Long story short, I was going to probably die, and then one day I didn't. And I had a big, massive scar on my back, almost like it had been hit by something. Um, later on, I, I found out that it was actually a wound that happened to someone called Crane. And I have his memories, but I don't know why, and I'm trying to figure out who did the final blow. I know a majority of the injury thanks to Lord Asher, but I didn't want to press him for more help because obviously it's a very touchy subject. And that's why I want to ask Lord Kanan if he knows who did the final blow, or at least could point me in a good direction.
He's still quiet for a minute, Helgrim, before he finally decides to, this. He asks you for permission to speak this time rather than just flat out taking over.
Yeah, Helgrim will allow it.
He thinks for a minute, and you can see when he takes over versus Helgrim, his eyes change.
Yeah.
I am not old enough to have been there, but I think I know who hurt Crane fatally, but my memory right now is a bit broken.
That's perfectly fine. Even if it's something small, even a description or a letter of the name, I can probably try to figure out by then. I've been trying to trigger the memories, which is why I've been reading this book. And she pulls out just one of the books that she took with her from the Night Court. Before the dreams, I noticed, but I thought them as dreams, and it's a bit difficult trying to trigger them again. And sadly, I wasn't paying very much attention.
I don't know why you are having these dreams. I don't know. I cannot advise on that. Memories wise, if I try to think back on it, I simply only get images of what I was shown by the others. Because again, I was not around. I was born here. But stopped, I believe. He's like, you can tell he's trying to grasp for memories, and he's having a really hard time right now getting a hold of things because he just woke up from being, dead for the past few months. And he, the only thing he's able to pull out of his mind is the image of the Day King.
Okay.
Of Nidius. So he's not positive on if that's who did it, but that's what he's pulling from his memory.
Thank you.
Maybe when I'm a little more,
Yeah. If something does come back, could you let Helgrim know? Just, I would rather keep this from everyone else, and I trust Helgrim with not saying anything right now. And I also would very much like Roth not to know.
The Fox will eventually find out.
Oh, I'm aware. It's just, I have a very bad habit of doing something very stupid that I would rather him not being involved with as much as I possibly can.
He nods, and then he lets Helgrim have control again. Helgrim, you hear him in your head just be like, I know she wants to keep it secret, but it might be a good idea later to tell the Fox. This is dangerous territory if it involves Crane and the Night King. Or the Day King.
Okay.
Stupid goes beyond a certain level at this point in regards to those two. And I murder a Teddy Graham.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to go take a bath. And she's gonna go take a bath.
Okay.
And just leave Helgrim standing wherever he's standing.
Yeah.
Who said they were going to the bar? Septimus?
Me.
Okay. What are you gonna do at the bar?
Hello, fine. Keep again. Glad I tipped you. Just a quick question. You don't know anybody or have a lost and found of clothing items? You see, my friend, unfortunately, mysterious as she is, she seems very nice. Is dressed in spring coat apparel, which is, fine for most time of the year, but she now looks shady, like.
Well, is she running from Spring Court, or is she?
They're not very nice people. I mean, they are Spring Court.
He's got a mug of mead in his hand. He's just like.
I mean, they are Spring Court, and like, I don't want anybody here because I've told her that everybody here in, the night court and in winter, very lovely. I don't want her to get the wrong idea with people trying to kill her because she's wearing the wrong court garbs. So if anybody has any, I mean, I would say normal noble clothes because that's just my style. But, I will take a lesser noble or, a lesser clothing or normal clothing, regular clothing. I don't know what other people wear that aren't nobles. I'm really sorry.
Let me see. Let me roll to see if he can scrounge up anything. Okay. He kind of like scratches his head and takes another sip of the mead and is just like, One moment. I go check. We keep extra clothing in area near bath, and he goes and. You see him open up a closet, and it's just full of just coats and cloaks and everything, and he rummages through it for a minute, and all of it's covered in cat hair. All of it. Just white cat hair and black cat hair, so he picks something that you kind of can't see both on. You know how it is with cats. And he grabs a cloak out that's nice fur, fluffy coat, or cloak with like a black and white woven pattern. It's not from a distance it looks gray. It's not like big stripes. It's like little tiny black and white threads just woven together all over the place. No pattern or anything like that. Just, I'm having trouble describing it, but it's got fur at the bottom and lined on the inside, and then he pulls out just a pant and tunic set that's a little nicer looking, but it's not quite your...
It's not aesthetically pleasing to Septimus.
It's not clashing, but it's...
I must look pristine.
It'll do. It's nice leather fur-lined pants.
That looks perfect. You did an amazing job, and I thank you. And I'm gonna give you... I don't know how much normal clothes cost, so I'm just gonna give you 14 gold.
For that much money, you could probably go down to the store and buy a very nice set of clothing and a cloak.
Well, it's got to be equivalent exchange. Okay, 4 gold?
We'll do 1 because these things have been in this closet for several years now. I'm pretty sure that cloak is older than I am.
I don't owe you anything and you don't owe me anything, I'm A-okay with that.
Just take the clothing.
He will give you 1 gold. And he will now take his now aesthetically pleasing coat back off Nora and dump the other clothes on top of her and said, I bring you clothes so that you might not look so offensive to the eyes of, well, the night court.
Nora will take the clothing and she's really confused, but she's like, okay, and then she'll go to her room and change, and she won't come back down for the rest of the day. But Sarsha comes back in for anybody who's still downstairs.
Cool.
She's covered in snow, but she doesn't look like she even cares. She's just like, snow. If anybody else has anything they want to do before the night's over with.
No, I was interested in V's book, but she's buggered off somewhere, so I'm like, alright, well.
She's gone take a bath.
Nilo, stay frosty. Hey, winter cup fun. And I'm just gonna go.
But I don't want to catch hypothermia.
No, I've heard it's not pleasant. You can lose your toes.
I'm glad you understand.
I do. I've read very many books. I'm very dumb. And he just nods and like smiles and like continues up the stairs.
Just as a quick side note, Blood Mage, I kind of want to get together a spoof video about the animals of the Feywild or Fey Realms, and I want you to narrate it like Jurassic Park with the Jurassic Park music going in the background.
I can try to do my best.
Da, 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 da.
As you can see here, the kelpie is stalking its prey from the shallows of the water.
That's the wrong Attenborough.
Yeah.
That's David, not Richard.
I don't fucking know.
The prey twigs.
They do move in herds.
No. We should get the prey to be sap.
And the kelpie strikes, dragging its poor victim to the depths of the water.
You can either do
never
that,
to be seen again.
or you can do Morgan Freeman, March of the Penguins.
I'd have to watch that. I've never seen that.
It's 3 hours of my life I'll never get back.
3 hours of Morgan Freeman. You don't need it back.
Right. Well, it's a documentary, which I like watching documentaries, but that one was really long and drawn out for no reason.
I'm well aware. I've seen it too.
But yeah, so you guys wake up in the morning. Sarsha is actually cooking breakfast downstairs in the lower levels of the inn, and it smells amazing after you've had to deal with Mikhail's cooking.
Nilo is down there.
You smell meat and eggs and
Nilo
other
wakes
things.
up,
There's a
smells
griffin
breakfast.
in the dining room now.
Yeah. He gets up, starts to go down there, opens the door and then continues. Might have slammed into the door.
Fox is actually also down there too.
I was kind of hoping it would just be Nilo wakes up, smells food, and and he's there.
I mean, he was that fast.
Yeah, just instant transmission.
As you get down there into the kitchen or into the general area of the lower level, there is a baby griffin just running around, just hopping around the floor. There's two of them actually. They're just playing with each other and hiding from each other. They're not normal looking griffins. They seem to be siblings, but they have the head of what appears to be a like a raven, but their back end looks like a lynx.
That's
Okay.
So they got fluffy little butts.
So as
Please.
V
Please
sees
stop
this,
speaking.
she's just got to go back to like her childhood of when she would like play with her little pet cat thing that she used to have. You're gonna see V turn into the most cutest little puppy. Looks like a cloud, and she's going to like basically right now she looks like she's just a complete 5-year-old child. Like she finds it so cute. She's just like, oh my god, like and
then
she's
stop.
going to try to initiate play with these
Griffins.
little griffins, or at least the one that seems to be a little bit more bold than the other ones who are hiding.
All right.
Does she look like Trotimus's like Mochi?
Yes.
The big
Yeah.
There's
But she's basically the puppy version of like a Samoyed, and she's just this.
there's the
I'm
one
thinking it's
raven.
Chow Chow Fluff.
One of the raven griffins has a little like a white ring around its neck and feathers, and then the other one's got like a little white splotch over one of its eyes. And their back ends are just white and black dappled lynx fur, or not lynxes. Let me rephrase it. Snow leopards. They're little snow leopard fur, and they're just all over the place. One of them looks a little bit more timid and is staying away from, kind of shying away from V, but the other one's like doing like the puppy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And V's doing that. Like, she hasn't even said good morning to Roth, who probably went down a lot earlier than she did.
Oh, as soon as he smelled that meat cooking, he was gone.
Yeah.
He was just
like she just saw the griffin, so she's like, I must play with the tiny little fluff things. With the feathers.
Quick question. Aside from V, who is the next closest person to Nilo?
Septimus is like eyeing the shy one, like.
Alright. Nilo would just turn to Septimus. Oh, griffins, they're ferocious avian carnivores with like usually muscular bodies of usually a lion and a griffin, or a lion and an eagle. However, these ones seem to have like a snow leopard and a raven. It's very fascinating. Must be some new subspecies. Usually their diet consists of, horse meat. They usually go out and hunt down horses, and it's very dangerous. Someone just riding alone by themselves. An eagle will just swoop down, take them out, leave them for dead, etc.
Septimus writes it all the entire time. So if you were to try and like raise one for no apparent reason, how would you do that?
Are you saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Nilo, like you guys, Sarsha's going around serving food as you guys are talking, and she sees the random puppy now in the room chasing the griffins.
And she's a black little puppy.
Yeah,
so not exactly
Sarsha
white.
just kind of just cocks her head a little bit, and then looks at you two and the rest of whoever's downstairs, and she just slowly points over to a sign that she's got sitting on the bar, and it says,
what does it say?
Griffin babies for sale.
No. Oh, griffin babies for sale. Oh, they're for sale. Oh, interesting.
I breed the griffins here.
Oh, so you made them look like with the raven,
I mean,
then
I didn't
also...
make them that way. The Earth Mother made their parents and their parents that way. This is just breed of griffin. It's not weird. I didn't do some weird, alchemy session with, merging the creatures that shouldn't be merged, and they go, Dada, our big brother. No, we don't.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
At this point, V is like rolling around with at least one of the little baby griffins. It's just a full-on full play now. They're in full play mode, and Roth is getting very happy, fun sort of emotions that he's probably never seen V actually feel so far in their relationship?
He's
Like
just
she's enjoying it.
enjoying his food and enjoying watching the puppy play with the griffins. But yeah, Starch is not lying at all. She's telling the truth. They're already existing subspecies, and
Yeah.
she's just breeding them. She points out to the stables, there's more out there, but these two kind of wanted to follow me in today, so they aren't here.
I can't really have any pets until I find out who killed my brother, but apart from that, like, might come back in the future if that's all right.
The sign
What if
says
the
100 gold each.
Oh, I can like afford a lot of them.
What if the
I
griffin
can
helps
afford
uncover who
4.
killed your brother?
What'd you say, Nyla?
What if the griffin helps uncover who killed your brother?
No, because like, see,
Ravens are very smart birds.
Yeah,
They
they're
are
very
very
smart
smart.
animals.
These are
They
smart
are.
griffins. They're not like, the poo-tooed ones with the big eyes that kind of just look like they're
Yep,
stupid all the time.
I am very aware about ravens and how smart they are. Thank you very much. And he goes like to point, and he's like, "Oh well, normally I have a familiar here that's a raven. Just imagine a raven here.
I wild shape into a raven and
Just
Actually, anybody that's in the room can roll me a perception check on the windows.
Do you want me to roll perception check?
No,
too,
you're very
or-
distracted.
Yeah, I'm very okay.
You lot notice a white raven perched outside one of the windows, just kind of casually watching inside.
caw.
yep, that like
Point with a wing towards the white raven.
oh yeah, like that one. I go open the window, like you could come in, little buddy.
As soon as you go to the window, are you opening it actually?
Yeah.
Snow
I don't know
just
which way.
flies inside and the raven flies off.
Oh well.
And he actually, as he starts to fly off, you notice him just pop out of existence. He's gone.
Oh, for God. Well.
You, as a wizard, can understand this is probably someone's familiar.
Well, that was a familiar, and that's not my familiar because mine's black. Because aesthetics. So I don't know whose that was. So that's interesting. Just to know that we might have been spied on. I'm not really sure why they wanted to spy on us with. Oh my God, V looks really adorable, but I'm gonna ignore it. Like that.
The griffins are yipping and
makes
like
little
chirping
bark sounds.
as they're just hopping around in the inn.
Nyla will remove his wild shape.
Oh God.
As you
Not on your
start,
shoulder.
actually, Nyla, before you remove your wild shape, you see out of nowhere you're tackled by a baby griffin.
Actually, I just realized I can't technically transform into ravens. I'm not high enough level yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's for the bit, I guess.
We'll just I'll allow it for the bit, and you can't
I was
figure
just-
out how
Fine,
you did
just,
it
like,
again.
bob.
I was a flightless raven.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
penguin.
you just hopped and climbed up.
You turned into a penguin.
Yep.
You're like, this is a raven, right?
That looks
Sure.
exactly like
A macaroni penguin with like the little like.
Yeah.
when I'm settled down and potentially in more secure accommodation and not traveling, I would like to buy a baby, one that's like this. At some point in the future, that would be nice. If you're staying here,
Can
I'll
we
just
put
take.
it on layaway?
Can I put a baby on layaway?
No, I want to raise it myself and or with potential future partners. You know, that's a nice thing to do. Get a pet, raise it together. That's what couples do, I guess.
Your pocket chimes as you're talking about this.
Pull out my card and I'm like, yes, dear.
All it says is, "Did I hear baby cute things?"
I just send the image of like V, like cute puppy and cute baby griffins that are raven baby griffins.
Yeah, you just sent the image of me and one of them wrestling.
The card dings again.
Flip it.
There's
just full of parts.
there's several gold coins on the card.
Like actual gold coins.
If you flip it, they're gonna fall out.
I flip it and I'm like, oh, this is apparently, could you send one to the summer court, please?
Sarsha looks at Fox. I suppose that you, Sarsha, know the deal between, and so I'm assuming if you can find a way to do it quietly.
Illegal griffin smuggling? I don't know if that's a thing. If it isn't, it's about to be. Illegal griffin trafficking.
Oh my god.
V is sending messages to Roth where it's literally like, can we please get one? Can we buy one? Like, I really want one.
Roll
I want
persuasion
this one
with
specifically.
advantage.
Like, I want this one specifically, the one that I'm playing with. 25.
I think it was persuasion, not perception.
Oh,
Oops.
what's your persuasion modifier?
Never mind. There you go.
I mean, it was gonna be a 21.
He looks at you, and then he looks at the griffin. I don't know how I can say no to that.
Everybody in the room just sees V get like super happy, and she's just bouncing along, and the little, I'm just gonna make this in my head, sorry, the little raven thing is also bouncing along behind her, and moving around in the circle. Like, you know how like crows and like ravens just bounce around in the circle? That's basically what they're doing.
I'm picturing like V is like yipping, and then the griffin is mimicking it.
So at this point, as that's happening, Hans opens the door to the stables to go grab something from there while he's tending to another customer, and due to the excitement inside from the other two babies, the yipping and all the noise, all of the other baby griffins just start push past him into the room, and you just now have this hopping circle of crow griffins and a puppy, and then there's one like random owl griffin is just like mixed in there. It's a little baby one, and they're all just, it's bigger than the other ones.
So it's super...
It thinks it's as small as the other ones are. It's still a baby, but it's like it's like take a like,
are there owl bear griffins?
Bernard puppy and a lab puppy and put them next to each other, and that's what it looks like.
Oh.
Are there owl bear griffins?
It'd be terrifying.
I'm interested in the different types.
Listen, you did this. This is your fault.
I know I did. Yeah. Now I want you to pull something else up.
This is your fault. Because you won't give Nico one of those griffins. It's your fault.
Where is my mystery bird turtle griffin?
Is it a turtle, question mark? But yeah, he'll pull out 200 gold and hand it to Sarsha, and he knows they're only 100 gold, but he has a feeling. He just hands her 200 gold and looks around the rest of the party.
Apparently Oberon would like one, so here is some, coin for you from him, and I'm just gonna send back, you can only have one.
I'm king, don't tell me what to do.
But don't tell me what to do.
But there's a heart right after it.
Right. Then they flip it over, you can tell me what to do any day.
He's just leading around a bunch of like a conga line.
Yeah, he's got a conga line.
The Sarsha looks at Septimus and asks him to pick one out for Oberon.
It's the shy one.
Okay.
The shy, quiet one.
She'll take a little ribbon, like a little orange ribbon, and tie it around it to let her know, hey, this is for, Mr. Sunshine. And
Mr. Happy Sunshine.
She looks around at the rest of you. He gave me 200 gold, so someone take another puppy, please. I got too many. They get big enough to ride.
Oh, well then 2 would probably be better, but like Roth, I'm gonna give Roth 100 gold. Like
Roth gave Sarsha 200 gold.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give him 100 back, so I'm square with him. I'll take one of the others, and I've paid him the money that he's paid you already. We're square.
Are you taking
2 puppy?
Wait, but no. Are you taking one and sending one to Mr. Sunshine across the way?
Send both to Mr. Sunshine.
He's taking hers with her.
Oh, Septimus is not taking pets into battle. Bad idea.
Wise, very wise decision.
Griffins
Yeah.
are good. Hey,
Send
griffins
them
are
both.
good combat creatures once they get, big.
How many years will that be?
Don't be bit.
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
It will be a while.
Does Nilo know?
But yeah, so she ties a little. She stops the hopping raven griffin circle with the random owl griffin in the middle of it, and it looks a little bit older. Like nobody wants it. Like it's
Aw.
been.
They will take the owl and the raven.
The owl kind of just like when you point out that that's when you want. She ties the ribbon around it. It kind of breaks from the crow circle.
Oh.
And like trots over to you and climbs up in your lap and curls up.
Oh.
Aw.
I have no emotions towards this creature as I'm like like
I have no emotion except for me.
And the owl one is
Yeah.
the upper body is the owl obviously, but the rest of it is like a
do the good little
black panther almost. It's the whole creature's black. It's like a melanistic barn owl face.
But
And
it's got that down fur.
but
on
it
the
looks
head.
like it doesn't look like an owl yet. It just looks like a gremlin with just fluff
Yeah.
all over its face.
Yeah, it's got a big old poofy head.
But it starts curling up and like cuddling into you, trying to make you love it.
Oh.
Aw.
I love it very much, but I'm not gonna let this show.
Yeah. Septimus is just like poker face. It's so hard.
It starts
But
cooing at you.
giving the good scritches, like at the same time, like I am not enjoying this.
But yeah, if anyone else wants one, now's the time to say, because Sarsha's about to usher them
17
all out.
gold.
Huh?
I have 17 gold.
I still want to know what else there is.
Are you gonna ask Sarsha that?
Yeah. In interest of just what other subspecies of griffin do you have?
In here I have, that one, and she points at the owls. I've got 2 more of that one. I've got these little hoppy boys, and she points at the raven griffin.
Yeah. How many
It's just
griffins
too
are there?
I've got normal griffin, eagle, caw, and a raw griffin, and then I've got, I don't know, let me go look. She goes back out.
Mentally, don't say Putu.
she comes back in, and she's got 2 more in her arms. Two
Okay.
different ones in her arms. She's got one, like, under this arm, and it's kind of thick. Like, this is a fat one.
Is it, oh my god.
And
Is it
this
like
other one's a
full
fat one. Its
monkey?
rear end is a lion. The first one. Its rear end is a fat lion baby. And its head... its head is like a harpy eagle.
Oh shit. Okay.
And it's thick, but it doesn't look very old. Like, it's heavy, but it looks younger than the crow, the raven,
Oh,
griffin.
Stop the baby fat.
And then the other one is... It's got the rear end of a tiger.
Mm-hmm.
But its head... its head is weird.
Is that a fucking poo?
Go on.
No. It's got, like... You're not really entirely sure what kind of bird it is at first,
Mm.
Penguin.
but...
Penguin.
You know what? Yeah, it's got a penguin head.
Yeah. Do you know anything about penguins, Nilo?
I know that they are flightless birds. And
It can fly though. It's
am
got wings, like wings.
Okay. I will admit I am more familiar with beasts that are native to the autumn forest. I don't know much about penguins.
And it's a macaroni penguin too. It's not even just like an emperor penguin. It's got the frills.
Aw.
But they're both fat too. They're both just hefty little things.
Are they fat because they've overeaten or because they're still young?
They're still young and they're going to be huge. Like, you know, you can tell puppy size by their
Oh, yeah.
paws. Like, their paws are massive.
Basically, a little bit bigger than a Saint Bernard puppy.
I
Yeah.
just want to mention one thing real quick. You all are buying these griffins on a whim. You do realize when they get bigger, they can eat a horse daily. A horse.
Why do you think I'm giving it to Oberon?
Oh, I also worry
He's
that.
just- He's just gonna bark in response and just like notice, like, yeah, she knows, she's aware.
Okay, good. Do you think
Also-
Oberon's other pet will be a little jealous?
No, because they're going to be best buddies. That's what I've decided. Pom Pom?
I
Pom
Pom.
from
Pom Pom was
experience,
no-
the Grey Render plays rough
Okay.
a lot.
As he's scritching, like, hear that, little buddy? You've got to be either. Okay, so this is how you survive in the fake court. You learn to show your jugular to the bigger creature so they don't kill you. And when I say big creature, I also mean if my older brothers do the same, just show weakness and play dumb. Okay.
That, are you speaking from some kind of experience there?
I'm the youngest of 8, and apparently all my siblings want to kill each other, so, you know, I lived, bitch.
That's fair.
I would like to attempt to hold the harpy eagle lion one.
Roll animal handling.
Okay. 14.
It's a little uneasy at being taken away from Starsha, but it settles down after a second.
I mean, these don't count as beasts, do they?
I think griffins are monstrosities.
Yeah.
I was considering speak with beasts, animals, but I don't think it would work.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have the primeval awareness that lets me speak with beasts, but I don't think it'll work for this.
Honestly, it's a baby, so it really doesn't have enough intelligence to really tell you much anyway right now.
Well, I can read basic mood.
Oh, it's okay.
Actually-
It's not in a bad mood. It's just Starsha is all it's known other than its mother.
Uh-huh. So it's a little skittish.
I don't need to speak with beasts. I just do it because I'm a shepherd.
Yeah.
I'll say just for the purposes of this, you'll be able to use that with that creature.
Okay. It's just a little skittish because new people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Any beast can understand my speech, in Sylvan anyway, and I can decipher their noises and motions.
So Nyla's just getting happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All you're hearing is you're just hearing chirping, and all the little raven ones are still
Yeah.
hopping in circles. Somehow one of them's gotten a knife, but it's still hopping in a circle.
Hey,
What have you got there?
a knife! What have you got there? A knife! No!
And just for information, baby harpy eagles are the goofiest looking things.
Oh, I know. But they also get fucking terrifying. Fucking harpy eagles have talons the size of a
like,
claws.
Holy shit.
Yeah. No, they're fucking. Yeah.
So cute.
You look so disgruntled. It's kind of just what I pictured. This one just it looks like, leave me alone.
but yeah, it's a baby harpy eagle griffin, and it's warming up to you.
You wanna convey anything to it, Helgrim?
You are mine now.
No.
You will be a magnificent beast.
No. Helgrim's just kind of like, looks at the tiger penguin. No.
It kind of it meeps at you and cocks its head.
What does the meep mean?
It's kind of snarky, like this penguin's a jackass.
You want to go? You want to go?
I should.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Pretty much.
Oh damn, that one's sassy.
Oh, that would make a really lovely gift for your boy.
I'd like to remind everyone that griffins are not natural predators and should be treated with that respect.
And Peony is probably about the size of this
I know they make great
Peony's
friends.
getting bigger though. Peony's growing.
one. From what I know of Peony would probably be very scared of this thing.
You don't know actually.
Well, okay.
It's
So
a pet.
Peony,
Like-
Peony is brave beyond a stupid point. So
because he's also a baby.
he has that he's scared of some things, but when it comes to things that are actually dangerous, he's like, whoa.
Yay! But when I look like Septimus, he's terrified.
You're not, Papa.
You smell like that. You're not Papa.
So, so the one that I was playing with is the little one of the raven ones.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the? You said white collar.
Yeah.
Is that just like an actual collar, or is it actually?
No, it's a
like-
ringneck raven. It's got
Okay.
the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like feather marking.
yeah.
That one's mine. I have claimed it.
Uh,
I have told Roth specifically which one. This one.
I figure with Robin's resources, we can probably take care of a griffin.
Yeah, and Sarsha does note that the harpy eagle one and the
Mm-hmm.
owl one and the penguin one,
Penguin.
they grow a little bit faster than the smaller ones do.
I'm just picturing a full-grown one of those. You're just walking through the forest and just and whoa. What a fucking penguin!
You're Newt motherfucker, and you just
Mhm.
but yeah, the God damn it.
Yes,
Hans has started playing like a little jaunty little like piano tune as they're
Are they all
hopping in the
dancing?
funeral.
Like little soot sprites. Oh, cute.
By now, V's come out of a little puppy form because she's getting hungry. She hasn't eaten yet.
Nyla
And
might have eaten most
She's
of the
just
breakfast.
gonna be
while
like
we were
all
there.
smile, like she's super happy.
Yeah. Nyla's been giving information between plates of food.
Yeah.
Just fills up. Anyways.
Sarsha looks at Helgrim. Do you take that one or no? Because its mother's back there, and if you don't take it permanently, she's going to come through that door, and I'd rather not deal with her right now.
Helgrim's like, I kind of want to see that in action, but I know that's a bad idea.
So, are you going to take her so I can go back there and tell her
Yes.
mother?
Yes.
Okay. Sarsha will give you a little collar.
You could send it home with the other two that I'm sending to Oberon, and I'm just going to send everyone a message. Like, I know I said you could have one, but you can have two. I'm sending you two.
Sarsha does note that they become attached to a specific person. You know how cockatoos do? Like, they get possessive and assholes to everyone
Yes,
else.
they do.
They get possessive to one person. Cockatoos are assholes, Nuka, and you know it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have one. She does make that note, so she cautions that before you two decide to send anything away.
Yeah.
It looks like we're taking them with us.
Well, I mean, Oberon is still getting one.
No, I am very much like, I'm just going to look at the one and like, I love you very much, but this, I mean, I'm going to message it because I don't know if that's like, you probably can't understand this, but just in case you can, I am going to send you to somebody who will look after you very well, but I cannot take you with me because my brothers are likely to see you as a sign of weakness and kill you like they did my puppy. I love you very much.
I mean, Nyla could do that.
Yeah, I can convey concepts, ideas.
Why do I
Can
feel
you
like Nyla
Just
doesn't?
pick up both of them. Can you just tell them that I love them and I'm sending them somewhere safe because I am a good raven mama. Sure.
Sure.
Newt, Newt.
Hello, Griffins.
Newt.
Septimus loves you very much, and because he loves you very much, he's sending you to a very safe den where you will be safe until he can return.
And I'm gonna preen them.
The one, the Raven Griffin is okay with this. The owl one is kind of like
Oh.
upset. It's like, what now?
Your owl friend is upset.
I can. Yep. And you know, you're just
It's
like
biting
me.
me.
It's
biting me,
clinging
please.
to Septimus.
like wrapped around his arm.
Okay. Yep. You're just like my familiar. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
I just that too. That's great.
The harpy eagle one's like chirping, confused, like it's cocking its little fluffy head. It's just like...
I've picked my little raven guy up. I'm just kind of just holding him and just
Yeah.
hugging him and sitting on the ground.
You know that video of the German Shepherd puppies where they're
Yeah.
constantly just doing
Yeah.
this?
Yep.
So I'm guessing it's just like what's going on.
Yeah, it's just constantly doing this.
I am going to give him scritches.
He likes the scritches.
Just yeah.
And you can hear this cawing from the stables. It's the mom. You can get the sense that it's the harpy eagle one back there, and you can look through the window and see this absolutely just massive griffin looking towards the window, just watching you. What?
Okay.
Making that noise.
Yeah, and does it seem like she's angry or just protective?
She's just watching.
Okay. Yeah, just.
And
But
the
while she's
body,
walk-
the lion body is like the gray color of the harpy eagle's like feathers. It's not
Oh,
a
okay.
tan lion body. It's
like a solid kind of
Yeah.
grayish color.
yeah.
Okay.
What? Nanda.
Mother, give me attention.
What?
I wish for attention. Please love me. I am a good girl. Please love me.
This is not where I thought the campaign was gonna go.
Right?
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
if the
Okay, I would do
puts
some
baby
money.
animals in front of you, what do you think's
Okay,
gonna happen?
maybe I won't get one.
Um,
Lion, harpy, eagle. No, I need it.
on that note, I'm gonna have to call it because I've got to go get the kid and then go to work. So
All right.
you
What?
guys got babies.
Nalo
Yes.
did not.
Helgrim, are you
Nalo did
keeping
not buy
yours?
pets on a whim.
Yeah, I would be.
Okay. She gives you guys a bag that just looks like a normal sized bag before you leave.
Mm-hmm.
And you open it up. It's almost like a bag of holding, but it literally only fits enough saddles for the two.
Okay.
The one that V's keeping and the one that Helgrim's keeping. But they're saddles for when they're bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping it was just like full of squirrels.
That she's including it in the price of the babies.
Yeah. What sex is mine?
Yours is female.
Okay, cool.
V, yours is a male.
Okay.
And then the owl one is a female, and the other raven one is a male. Yep.
So the ravens are males. The non-ravens are not.
The other ravens are still just like
They're still hopping around.
I put them in
one
the-
of them still has a knife. No one's taking it away from it.
I will make a dexterity check to acquire the knife.
That's not bad.
Let me see if he dodges it. Nope, it's a baby. It can't dodge. You go to grab the knife and it kind of comes up with the knife. You're holding the baby by the knife.
Child, please let this go. This is dangerous.
It's scrambling its legs in the air and its wings are flapping uselessly. And it just drops. And then it goes back into hopping in a circle.
Now just puts the knife on the bar and just takes a deep sigh.
Yeah. Just as we're leaving, The door is closing. Nyla looks back through. It's got a knife again.
Got a spoon this time.
No.
Sarsha gave it a wooden spoon.
It's got a full cutlery set.
It keeps stealing things.
It's gonna be a rogue, that one.
Yeah, it truly embodies the Raven need for shiny.
All right,
I
you
don't know
all
what you're
bought
talking
these
about.
pets.
Yeah.
If you ever need any assistance with them, I will assist you.
That's because you're a good bloke.
It's because you all bought pets on a whim.
She's just walking and she's just super happy, and she's just kind of like she's hugging it, and she's just kind of just walking next to Roth, and just sending messages to Roth like, "Thank
Happy.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you."
He's just shaking his head and just like rubbing his forehead at this point.
It was not
Oh.
actually on the whim.
But yeah.
I sent mine to responsible adult. Thank you very much.
Oh, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Responsible
well,
adult? I don't think so.
okay, but Oberon has resources.
He has people.
Now Sarsha has to go on a smuggling mission.
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna call it there. We'll pick up next week.
All right.
So, bye,
Bye.
chat.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.